Hi Gemini, welcome to your new moon in Cancer reading for July 5th and 6th. Actually, it's a 2 week period, but it starts on July 5th and 6th depending on where you are in the world. 2024. New moons bring on new cycles, so we're going to be navigating a new cycle that you may be working on or that may be happening around this time. The direction that this reading is going in is number 7, Spirit, Ascended Masters. It did come in, however, it came in upside down or reversed. And in this particular card, that means that it is the masters that have ascended closer to our time, as opposed to like Jesus or Buddha. Um, and you can probably be aware of some really powerful energies around this time. One of those energies can be intellect and detail and follow through. So it's really a good time to finish any project that requires a little more mental attention uh, in regards to intellect. Um, it can also, the energies can guide you in matters concerning science and discovery, which would be detail, and even mediumship and spiritual communication. But it can also be a powerful energy of ceremony, group energies, and families, corporation, organizations. So if you're dealing with any group issues of any kind, uh, you can be really inspired, or the group can be inspired, and you can possibly find some nice resolution during this period. So that's the direction that this reading is going in. Let's see what's happening, which I think is a really good thing for Gemini, because Gemini is um, the more they say the lower mind. That sounds a little harsh to me, but I guess that's your perspective. And you have the ascended masters here, so um, I couldn't say that. But what I mean by that is money matters, things of the earth, right? Money matters, physicality, right? Your physical well-being, that kind of thing. It's not overly spiritual. However, like I said, you have the ascended masters here. So the first column is um, where you find yourself at the time of the new moon, or if you are consciously starting something new, then you're going to see that in this particular column. The second column is how you're behaving, what you're thinking, what you're doing, how you're feeling in regards to this new beginning. Everything looks pretty sunny so far. Get a little water in there. A little water and earth, which makes mud, and that's really good for anything, any projects, right? It gives you some solidity, gives you form. And then the last column is where you, probable outcome, we'll put it that way. Probable because when we are informed, of course, excuse me, we can change things. But sometimes we have chosen to have a certain experience in this life, and it can't be altered or changed. But it's always for our betterment, it's always for our growth. So, though it may not seem so at the time. In any case, let's get started here. We have the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, which I find quite interesting because, in a way, I find them very closely linked or very similar in nature. The Empress is the mother card, but she's also nature. And interestingly enough, while I'm here house sitting for someone, I was sitting outside earlier and just looking out into the vista. And I was really like, this is the Empress. You are surrounded by nature. You feel comfortable in nature. You're part of nature. It is the Empress, and the number 3 is the creative principle, right? So that is what nature is. It creates, and it's a constant creation. Um, It is nurturing as well. It is the mother card, so Mother Earth, but also a mother. So pregnancies can possibly happen. Maybe you're giving birth. Maybe we're considering it. Maybe we're preparing for it. I say that because with the Queen of Pentacles, this is going to be somebody, if it's not you, and it could very well be you, but for me this is associated with Aquarius. However, this is somebody who is very interested in the things of the earth as well. Stability in health, stability in finances, stability in their home. They're looking for that stability. And they are, if this is not you and it's somebody else, and it could be an important female in your life, this can be somebody who's square in features. You want to look at their jaw, could be very square. The forehead could have a squareness to it. They're very practical people. I would say down to earth, although I don't always give that credit to Aquarius, and this is Aquarius for me. They are, so these could be great nurses, and that's what I mean by, or dietitians, or Ayurveda, somebody who works with the things of the earth to build good health, to build stability in the body. Maybe they're people who love to garden. Maybe they're very practical, but using the things of the earth. And I would also say they're looking for stability. They are interested in finance and making sure that they have a nice nest egg, or build that nest egg up. That kind of person. And so, but this could be a mother type person as well with the Empress card there. Maybe you're dealing with your mother, or a good nurturing friend, a good nurturing person around you. Perhaps somebody you know is expecting. But it is a situation that comes quickly into your situation. This is the Knight of Swords. It's the Knight in shining armor that comes in to save the day. It could be a person. It could be this person, but it could also be a situation. It's just something that comes in unexpectedly and quite quickly. The direction that it's going in is it's leaving the situation, though, so it could come in quickly and leave just as quick. It could be flashes of inspiration. You know, it just could be mental clarity that comes in all of a sudden that helps you to, again, what the Ascended Masters were saying, perhaps it's a group, an organization, right, with the Queen of Pentacles. Perhaps it's something that you're spearheading, or this could be somebody who is the head of a situation where there's nurturing involved, where there's nature involved, where there's a group dynamic involved, and things seem to go rather quickly. Even my tongue is getting tied. My brain is thinking quicker than my mouth can speak it. So there is a real sense of maybe even urgency with the Knight of Swords, and something needs to happen rather quickly. Gemini's good at that. They're quick, so I don't think that'll be a problem. And in fact, the King of Pentacles for me is Gemini. So, and I'm not saying that this person is Gemini, but there is a very quick energy, especially with that Knight of Swords. So something can come into the situation rather quickly, or you hear about it rather quickly, but it can leave just as quick with that Knight of Swords. It's quick action. It's Mercury. Okay. The Fool is how you're behaving, and the Page of Cups. So you have a lot of people around, but you are behaving like the Page of Cups here. That's absolutely taking a leap of faith with the Fool. Pisces can often see things through rose-colored glasses. And there is a bit of naivete with them in regards to situations. So if it is a group organization, that sort of thing, you can be new in it, or you can be inspired. And the Fool is I think it's a really lovely card. It's not negatively aspected at this point. So for me, it is sort of like a new adventure. It is feeling like you have the sun on your back, like let's do this, everything's going to just work out fine, and we'll deal with the challenges and the rewards as they come. It's just kind of taking that leap of faith. And a Page of Cups can do that, which is associated with Pisces. But like I said, there can be also a bit of naivete. So let's see how this is aspected. The Page of Cups is an expansive energy. Nice. And with the Ascended Master energy here, that really good, strong vibration, you could have excellent intuition. You could get some inspiration out of nowhere. You can get downloads. It's very positively aspected with that Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment card. That is a wish fulfillment after you have faced your fears. Then the universe deems it deems you worthy of a wish fulfillment. You've done the hard work. Here's a wish. It is emotional fulfillment. It can be boastful sometimes, so do be careful on the negative side of that. But for the most part, you're fulfilled, and especially on an emotional level here. But I do feel like for somebody, there is pregnancy, and it is something that maybe we've tried for, and it's gonna happen. Really nice. It could be a water baby. So let's see, we're in July. Yeah, which would be March, which would be Pisces. So you might be expecting a Piscean baby if you have gotten pregnant around this time. And it's a wish fulfillment. I think it's a really emotionally fulfilling here. If that is not a pregnancy, it can be a project or something that you've been working on that kind of might come to fruition in the time of March, February, March. But it is also something that is emotionally fulfilling. And you have plenty, like you have enough that you can share with other people, especially on an emotional level. But there is a wish fulfillment here. I do want to do one more card for that for some reason. Choices with the Seven of Cups there. These are the 7 planets that have 7 different things to offer you. There could be some confusion in those decisions, but this, for me, says that you may be getting something that the heart wants. That can be the wish fulfillment. Really nice, Gemini. Okay, and the outcome, you have the King and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is associated with Leo, and the King Aries. So you have a pair here that are pretty fiery, passionate energies. The Queen of Wands is usually a really good friend, somebody who will stick by you, who's really loyal. The King is a trailblazer, a bit of a know-it-all sometimes, but the Queen of Wands can be that way as well. She's just more magical. Whereas he's a little more, it's the ram, so it's a little more hard-headed, a little more hitting, but they are trailblazers. It's the first sign of the zodiac, so they go in first, assess the situation, and can show other people the way after that, which is probably why they know a bit more. But that's not always the case. The negative side of the Queen of Wands, a bit of an ego, right? A little bit of I would say a bit of an ego when they're out of balance. Otherwise, I think they're pretty magical. There's news coming in with the Knight of Wands. News is probably going to come through text, phone calls, emails, something electrical, but there's some news coming in. The Knight of Wands is my messenger card. And, maybe you're spilling some good news. Okay, we have another character here, the King of Swords. This is my Libra card. So both of these characters are going to be long in features, long eyes, long nose, long hands, whereas the King of Swords is going to be more pointy, sharp features, high cheekbones, pointy nose, pointy chin, highly logical, um, wants to be fair mostly, can have a very regimented way of thinking. They don't let their passions or their emotions get involved in their decision making. So very logical, facts and figures. So that you might receive some news from these two people about this person, or you could be getting a lot of messages back and forth from the three of these people. They may be associated, they may not. The Devil card here can bring in some difficult news with that King of Swords. Or you may hear from these two partners, or the King and the Queen, about some difficulty that the King of Swords may be having. That's very possible here. But all's well that ends well. You have the Sun there. Negatively aspected, however, the Sun is mania. So this person can be having some mental issues, possibly. But on the lighter side of the Sun, there can be some recuperation, regeneration after a very difficult time that the King of Wands may have been having. It's a very social card, so maybe these people actually want to come and visit. Maybe you're making plans for that as well. This seems a little bit disjointed, so I do think there's a few different things going on here. It didn't really feel like a nice flow for me, so for me it feels like there can be a lot of different things happening. But like I said, and this person, they may want to come within the summer period, in the warmer weather, in the warmer time. But the Sun is feeling very social, and so there seems to be a lot of people around you. It's also holiday in America, so I would be careful. This can be libation, right? The devil, or substance abuse. So you do want to be careful where that's concerned. Also, if you're having parties or something like that, you want to try and keep things a little bit low key, so that the authorities don't get involved. That kind of thing. That's just a little something for a few people out there, obviously. But when the Devil comes up, and with the King of Swords, there may be some, some difficulty that where the law may have to come in, or the authorities, or that sort of thing. Yeah, what a Spirit wants you to know: you have dignity. Hold your head up high and know that the unicorns are supporting you, or the universe. So this person may bring in a little bit of chatter. Everything seems really nice up until this point. That comes in with the King of Swords. And they do have a bit of a critical mind. So, again, I think everything ends okay. But, let's say you get into a bit of a discussion over politics, right? That can be this sort of thing. The King of Swords can be quite critical. Or let's say the passions get flames get a little bit high with the King and Queen, and the King of Swords comes in and maybe tries to mediate, because it is Libra, right? It's the scales trying to balance the situation out, kind of thing. But I would say maybe keep things low key. Otherwise, I don't see anything too negative here. Really not. I see some wish fulfillment. I see the possibility of what the heart wants. This can be mother who comes in. Maybe she's coming in, or like I said, pregnancy, or the birth of some new project. That's also very possible here. It doesn't have to be a baby, but there is a nurturing that comes in rather quickly. Okay, and dignity. Hold your head up high. Tell the truth. Be truthful. I do think it's that King of Swords that kind of gives the whole reading a bit of an edge. But you have the Sun here, and the Sun heals and brings everything together. And like I said, it could just be somebody who is having a very difficult time in their life, and healing comes with the sun. So maybe you hear of that kind of news. All right. Okay, Gemini, I hope this has been helpful. I think you have a busy 2 weeks, and I do see a lot of people around and a lot of conversation and a lot of movement. Both of these nights this is a pretty erratic energy, and this for sure is something that comes in rather quickly, and it's mercurial, so it moves quick. Okay? All right, thank you for listening. I hope you have a nice holiday for those in the States, and everybody else enjoy your summer. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.